All right, now we're going to do a real easy one here. We're going to learn how to use Photoshop to crop images from like if we're going to do a click fuel report, we would want to create a screenshot, or maybe we're over at Media Math and we wanted to capture a screenshot. And there's a lot of cheap tools out there that you can do screenshots with. But when we're building data reports and we're handing those reports off to possibly go in front of clients, and we definitely want to make it high quality, and we don't want to worry about resolution images or problems and such. So we're going to do this professionally. We're going to use Photoshop. So if you remember right, we've gone over to Majestic. We've put in a client. In this case, we're looking at AC by J, and we want to use the citation flow, trust flow ratio that Majestic provides here. It's invaluable. I want to just capture this particular image to go into our performance analysis. And so what I'll do is I'll do a screenshot here. I'll just do a screenshot with this image in view so that it gets captured. And then I'll go over and I'll open Photoshop. And when I'm in Photoshop, I'll go to File. And yes, I am kind of going fast, but you'll be able to review this video, and you get dual monitors, so you can actually run this video in one window and have Photoshop open in the other window and follow along with me. It's amazing, and you'll be able to pause this video, and it's kind of fun. So yeah, I'm going to go fast because I don't want to take 45 minutes to teach you something I can show you in 8. So anyway, you'll go to New, and then you're going to create a custom. You'll create a custom, and since you're working with a dual window, it'll be at 2560 by 1024, and then you want your resolution to be anything above 300. Select something that's unique just to you. So create your resolution. Anything above 300 is good. 2560 by 1024, and then say OK. And that gives you a brand new window to work in. So then you did that screenshot, so you're able to go into Edit and Paste, and there's that screenshot. Now what you want to do is you want to click this icon right here. That's your crop. And we'll just crop that section, that one small image that we want to include into our performance evaluation in the Performance Insight. So we just crop it out so that it looks good. You can leave the Majestic name in there if you want. Give them some credit where credit is due, and then double click, and that looks pretty good. Now the other part, if you want to get it to where you can see, you can go into View, and you could select 100%, so then you can see it better. But this is pretty low quality, especially when you're going to be pasting this into a report. You want it a little higher, so we'll go to Image, Adjust, and then we'll select Levels. Image, Adjustments, Levels, and then there's the very first triangle here. You'll slide that about halfway across, and if you watch the image here, as I'm sliding this back and forth, you can see how it enhances the image. You don't want to get too dark because then it just starts getting blurry, and you don't want it too light because then it's blurry the other direction. But somewhere around 100, 100 and 110 is pretty good, and then just say OK. And then save it. So we'll go to File, and we're going to save. I like to keep all my images kind of in a logical sequence. So I go to my Insights and Analytics folder, and this is going to go on the web, and it's going to go in the client. It's the year 2015, and this is for this particular client. And so then I change it to a JPEG, and change the image to a JPEG image. And now what I'm looking at, right? I know what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at citation flow, so I'm just going to call it citation hyphen flow. I never use a space. Please don't use spaces. Always use hyphens in image names, and then save it. Just a hint, by the way. All right, and you've already created your Google site. So now that we've saved this image, we'll go over to our Google Sites. And we're going to go into, we'll create a new folder with the client's name, or you'll have a folder with the client's name, and you'll add the file. Remember, we add the file. We know that this is citation flow, so we add citation flow to our Google site, and there it is. we'll right click that image and we'll select copy the link address. Okay, now we've got that copied into the clipboard. We can go back over to our performance report, and we're going to add the performance insight. We want to put this citation flows and citation trust right into the insight so that we can show the salesperson another perspective as we're trying to set the theme here that this client needs a backlink strategy. We need to sell them this SEO package for this backlink strategy. So let's add the text summary. We're going to add it to that performance insight. And it's an image, so we're going to click the image icon here. We'll paste that copied link into the URL. And now everything from after the .jpg, there's a question mark and a bunch of alt redirect. Just delete everything after the JPG. So leave the JPG and everything to the right of it, get rid of it. Give it an alt text here. So this is citation and trust flow. Right? It wants to make the image about 300. Yeah, you leave that in. I'm going to make mine 300 even. 300 even, and then you just say OK, and then it pops that image directly into your summary. So now you just start typing, put your words in there of what they're looking at and why you want them to look at it. All right, and then click submit. And now we've got the citation and trust flow for the client here in the insights. And of course, you're going to provide more insights than that. You're going to put a few more words in there to define what's going on here. Why am I looking at this performance metric? What am I getting from the performance metric? And now we want to go down and we're going to put in the KPI insights. And so for the KPIs, we want to create another image for them here in the KPIs, which is also going to show the total links and the authority and the trust flow, and we're going to look at it in a different way. So we're going to go back over to Majestic, and now we're going to click this image here, and that's going to open up another set of documents. And what this is going to show us, then, it's going to break down the citation and trust flow in two different metrics. And we're going to look at the referring domains and how all those referring domains, how their trust and citation flow are, and then the external backlinks, the links that are actually coming back to us. And then it shows us again what that looks like. So now we get it side by side. So now we can see the KPI information in this very valuable trust and citation flow. So again, we're going to do a print screen here. We're going to go back into Photoshop. We're going to go into File, New. We'll go in and we'll create that. We'll grab that default, okay, that 2560 by 1024. Opens up a new window. We paste in the new screenshot, and now we just want these two graphics here. So we grab the crop and we start slicing it down again to get just what we're looking for in this KPI Insights graphic to help us to explain to the sales rep why this is the next step for the client. That looks pretty good. I can crop a little more here on the right just to even it out. If you're not sure, of course, you get used to this after a while, but you can always go to the zoom into 100 and take a look. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then we're going to go to the image adjustments levels, of course, and we're going to go to 100. 110 kind of really makes the text pop, especially when you're going to copy it in from another source and paste it into a dashboard. You want to have that image resolution pretty crisp. That looks good. We'll do a file, so we'll save it. Again, we're going to make it a JPEG image. In this particular case, I've got trust and citation flow here for the month of August, which I've already got one saved here, so I'm going to save it. Now I go back over. We could do this in RStudio. Yeah, that's too confusing. Let's go back over to our Google site. We'll upload the image into the client. We know this is TC Flow in August. TC Flow August is now here, so we right click and we copy the link address. We go back, and now we're going to add the Kpi Insight. Right, so we go to the Kpi Insight, we do an add text. We're going to put it into the Kpi Insight. It's an image. We'll paste everything to the right of the JPEG. We delete. And this is trust and citation backlink analysis. I'd set the width here to about 700. I wouldn't go any wider than 700. And there we go. We hit OK. And you got the image, fantastic. And now you start adding your text to define what they're looking at and what to do. And we hit submit. And then we got just one more image to do to complete our performance report. We go back over one more time to Majestic. We're going to go back to the home page of Majestic. And now we want to take that chief competitor, because remember the next section is the competitor, and you want to put the competitor inside here. So we're going to do ACE Home AZ. And you might have to join Majestic to be able to look at 4 images on the same day, and it's free. You don't get all the great information, and it's really makes Majestic worthwhile. But you know, we're not doing the SEO, and we're not doing the backlinks. We're just painting the picture of why it's necessary. So we don't need membership here. But now what we do want to capture here is we want to capture this entire view here. Of this information. We want both these graphs here. We want the citation flow metric chart here, and we want this information. We want all of this information for this particular competitor to go into our insights. So again, we're going to do a screenshot, and we'll go back over to Photoshop, and we'll create another one. New. We'll go to our default size with our high res. We'll paste in that screenshot, and we'll crop it all down to where we've got just the image that we need to have, and get rid of all the other information that is not what the client needs to see or what the sales needs to see. And it's just really quick and easy to crop images, isn't it? It just really is. There you go. And I think I can come in a little more on the right hand side here. There we go. Yeah, nice. And I'm going to do the enhancement, adjustment, levels. Nice. Boy, that crisped up real nice. That's great. And there we go. So now we're going to do the file. Save. Change it to a JPEG, and in this case, it is going into our client's name, but it is the competition, so I'm going to call it the competition's name. Ace Home. Save it. Back over to, you guessed it, Google Sites. We're going to add the file. And it's the Ace Home. And then once it uploads, we right click it, we copy the link address, we then go back over, and we're going to put in the competitor insight. Okay, so we add text summary. We're going to put it into the competitor insight. It's an image, so we click the image icon, paste it in. Everything to the right of the JPEG gets deleted. Yep. Competition, trust, and citation flow. Again, I wouldn't go any bigger than the 700 width. Click OK. And there you've got it. So now you just add the final bit of insights. Sell them on a backlink strategy. You know, you might even want to tell them to order a backlink strategy from Jumpstart. Make the case, right? So there you go. Now you've built the case for your performance analysis. You've showed them where the competition is weak. You've showed them where your client is weak. You've showed them how you can take advantage of the competition being weak. How you are absolutely vulnerable here. And then you've shown them side by side where they're at in relationship to the competition. And then you showed them the strength of the competition, and it's actually a pretty easy target to go and beat. In this particular case, getting 4,000 backlinks, you'll be able to get more than that, but look at how low the citation flow and the citation trust is here. We could get some good quality and some good quantity from good quality, and just start getting a lot better organic traffic, a lot better organic keywords, and improved social atmosphere, social shares, and get seen by more people on our shares. And the cost per clicks are going to be at a much lower cost. And you know, this is going to be a fantastic win for this client. They're going to love us once we get this one done. Publish the changes, and then go schedule it. You guys know how to do all the scheduling. So that's it. That's our performance analysis.